Hello and welcome to another video. In this video, I want to talk about reflection and how you can actually use this in order to heal more deeply. So in order to feel more joy, feel more happy with yourself, more balanced, more peaceful. And reflection is something that we haven't really learned how to do that. It took me a while to understand where to reflect, how to reflect, and then how to actually use it. My name is Patricia. I'm a certified life coach. And if you're new to my channel, then hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure to ring that bell so you actually get notified as soon as I publish any new content. And with this, let's go. So, reflection really is something that helps you the most. Because if you are not aware of your patterns, of your beliefs, if you have no idea how you work, and I mean how you work from a subconscious mind, then you don't know how you can actually make a positive change. Now, I'm talking about this while I mean that you have something inside of you that wants to change. You're here because you feel something needs to shift. You want a shift in your life that is going to make you more happy. Okay? And reflection, really, what it does is it brings awareness into your life where you follow the same kind of steps. It's what we see really easily in others. Very simple, okay? We see which traits they follow and those kind of patterns they follow. Now, when it comes down to us, we don't like to do that much because it's not so cool. Understanding your own patterns, understanding why you follow those kind of patterns, why you have the same kind of people in your life over and over again, that itself is a reflection. It's a reflection of what you believe you're worth of or what you believe in life in general. Now, if you have all the time people in your life who always want something but they never give, they always want, then it's a question about why is that? Why do I attract people who want something from me and I want to give? Am I seeking attention, some love? What is the need that is met in those relationships? You see? If we start to understand why we follow those patterns, those cycles, I would really say, we can make a shift because the next time we face those kind of people. And I have a really a story that happened recently to me, and it was so interesting for me to see. So I was in a group of people, and it was in a workshop where I was really in tune, and I was more or less with myself. I was busy trying to understand something myself. I wasn't really with this whole group, but then we had a talk. And so, I talked to pretty much all the people in the group, and it was it was interesting because I saw a trait I would used to follow. And it was about a lady that was super open. She was so open. She was really um, positive and optimistic, and I could feel her vibe really well. And it felt so familiar. it felt so, something was like, I know this type of person. And maybe you have this feeling, so maybe you can relate. And so it was really about her stepping in my life, showing me something that I actually just have recently processed. And it was about a trait I didn't want to follow anymore. Because that kind of person, while this is not judgmental, this is about understanding whom you like to have in your life. It's about with whom can you cooperate with. So I'm very careful who I invite in my life and who do I let outside. And I don't mean by leaving them in the cold and being distant, being mean, not like that. I mean by that, who do I want to have more close? And so I decided I don't want to. At least not yet, I'm gonna wait. Maybe that person is going to be different than what I think. So I try to not make any decision based on just a few little things, because people have many faces, right? And so you gotta wait. And then I saw why I was attracted to her, because she was then so nervous. She was nervous in her actions, like how she took stuff, and she made those like really fast movements, and she was all over the place, and she got into this really nervousness energy that I know by my heart. This is what I had inside of me for years, decades, really. I was constantly nervous. I was a person that was constantly on the go. I needed that in order not to sit with myself. I didn't want to sit with myself because it made me nervous even more, you know? So I was so nervous, and I was going around, and I was everywhere, and she was the perfect reflection of how I used to be. And so that's exactly what I mean. She was very familiar, very familiar. So I knew something about her is something I know. But then also, just because something is familiar, something you experienced before, doesn't necessarily mean it's in your service, in your good service. And so I realized that that is not what I want anymore in my life. That's nothing against that person. I'm sure she's lovely. I've worked to stay balanced, to stay in peace. You see, that's a new vibe. That's something I've worked for myself. And with this, I saw the difference. I saw how that person reacted, and I saw me, and I could see the reflection, how different it was, and how close I was to that person before. And now I could feel like that's not me anymore. That's not what I represent. And that's why reflection works for you so well, because you can see that you are in a new territory. You see, in the first place, I didn't really know, is this something I want or not? And I gave myself time to see, do I want to invite that person further or not? Now, this can be the same in a kind of job environment where you're like, similar kind of job. Okay, I worked on this not to be there. Now I get a job offer that is really similar. Do I want to go back there? Now, that's of course always an option. The question is, the work you have done, if you have done that, would show you whether this is still in your frequency or not. And it's important to be more alerted, okay? Instead of walking like this, be more like this, or even surround yourself like this. Because if you know what opportunities are real opportunities, how you want to change and really make an impact in your life differently, then you gotta be aware of those situations. They're gonna help you make the change. If you see that you no longer want to go there, guess what? Something else is gonna come. That's attraction, right? It's when you change the way you feel and act, you change that, other things will come in your life because you no longer reflect how you used to be. So this is really learning by doing. And I mean, it's a constant observing. And if you fall back, or if you feel like, hey, I'm really falling back, like every single time I meet those people, I don't want anymore, then you may want to go look deeper in what needs you need that person, what needs are met here. Okay, you always meet people who are a certain way because you have some kind of similar frequency. Now, if you never have talked, or if you never have heard me talking about frequencies, then it's really about the vibe I have and the vibe you have makes it if we are, or if we feel attracted to each other. So if you feel that someone is really interesting, you gotta see what is it that attracts you there. What is that? What attracts you? What is the reflection? It's always a mirror. And that is why it's so important and interesting to observe and really see the world in a bigger picture, and not just in, oh, everything is happening to me. Yeah, nothing I can change. You can. But for that, it needs your awareness. It needs your attention. And in the beginning, it may be hard because it's not familiar. So you got to do things that are super uncomfortable for you. You see, when I started this YouTube channel, for example, I felt very uncomfortable in filming, in seeing my face so close, sharing my story while I have no idea how people are going to react, sharing my ideas of healing while I don't know how people will react. You see? So it was really uncomfortable. And there are many things that I tried that didn't really work out at all. And so you gotta try out a few things to see what works for you and what doesn't. But reflection and mirroring the people who surround you, understand that you all have similar beliefs, similar feelings, similar understandings of the world. And that can help you to change, because reflection, when we start to reflect and you are really like, but I don't really know like what's going on, then check who surrounds you. Because those people share similar ideas of life. They have similar beliefs. They have similar conditions, patterns they follow, limitations, maybe blocks. I don't like that word blocks or limitation that much. But it's about understanding where you feel like you cannot move further, letting go of something. It helps you to see other people because they will share with you what they have experienced, and this is how we learn through other people, right? This is why you're here, right? So if you are happy or if you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe to my videos, and then I would say let me know in the comments section whether you have experienced something like I shared in this video. Have you experienced some kind of reflections where you really notice the difference inside of you and how the environment surrounded you changed? Have you experienced that? Let me know in the comments section, and then I say, see you next week.